My distinct pleasure and honor to introduce Lieutenant General Adams as our co-host, Deputy Commandant for PNR. Sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing? That was a really good meal. You know, I was not planning far in advance when we kind of plotted this thing on the calendar, and I had no idea that we would have the Financial Management Awards dinner on the exact same day that CR4 expires. So it's kind of a weird alignment there. And I've talked to a bunch of you out in the lobby. It was really great to see you and to catch up with a lot of you. What's going to happen in 24 is still not final, right? I mean, it's close to final as it's been in a long time. But it's really hard to plan 25 and 26, and now we're starting planning for 27 with a floating start point, right? So it's very, very complicated. So enough of that. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my world, and I would say it's your world too, right? These are the financial managers, and you all know with exquisite detail these different battle rhythm parts of the year. Budget rollout, PBR, closeout, like those things are in many cases to those around us in the Marine Corps, things they hear about, and they sometimes talk about with varying levels of expertise. But I would tell you, in the Marine Corps, we have the idea of supported and sporting, right? And sometimes you're supported, and sometimes you're supporting. I will tell you, without you all, without the financial management community, there will be no supporting or supported, right? So it's really great that we're taking the opportunity to recognize those excellent people in that field, from the Marines in uniform, both enlisted and officer, and the civilians. But before I go any further, I would like to recognize some folks in the audience: ACMAC, Honorable Mr. Rumbaugh, my fellow Lieutenant Generals. It's kind of weird for me to say that. I'm still getting used to it. General Henry, General Bierman, General Beidler, General Shuttler. Really great to see you, and I definitely want to talk to you before we escape today and catch up on things. Vice Admiral Rixey out there, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming, and thanks for really helping us. I'd say really give a great show for all the financial management folks that we're going to recognize today. And I'm hoping next year maybe we can make a dinner out of it, right? And maybe ramp it up a bit. And I've got some ideas about that I'll talk about here in a second. But I would also like to thank the Marine Corps Association for all that they do, for all these awards banquets and all the recognitions that are out there. Pulling these events together is really complicated. It takes a lot of effort. And General Sharadi, like, two thumbs up to your team. I try to attend every one I can as a Marine, and it kind of helps being here in the NCR to be able to see most of them. But they're really great, and these types of things take months of scheduling, coordination, and effort. So thank you very much. A round of applause for the MCA folks. I'd also like to thank, I know General Sharadi mentioned them, but I'd like to really thank our sponsors for their continued support of the Marine Corps, the Marines out here, their support of the Marine Corps Association, and providing the resources that we need to make this type of an event possible, and these magnificent trophies and the awards. I will tell you, I hadn't been up on the stage. I've been out in the audience at a number of these events, but I hadn't been up on the stage and actually handled these trophies before. They look really awesome. They weigh about 30 pounds a piece. Like, that is solid brass and solid walnut, I think. So for those of you receiving the awards today, make sure when you grab it that you hold on to it, because it might fall. All right. So it is a privilege and an honor to be here today to commemorate the achievements of really our best and brightest financial managers and financial experts. And I'll tell you, it's about time. Following a bit of research, I was a bit surprised to discover that actually financial managers have been around the Marine Corps since its inception. And in fact, back in 1775 on November 10th, those who were courageous enough to join the Marine Corps, to become a Marine, they stepped forward and they were appropriately compensated. Right? They didn't have dollars back then. They had continental currency. And at the time, a sergeant of Marines received 8 continentals per month for pay. And Lieutenant General Sherati, who I'm told was an overeager lieutenant at that time, received 12 continentals. And so thus the requirement for financial management and dispersers was born. Yet here we are 248 years on, and still we have never had a formal ceremony to recognize the contribution of such an important community. And I would say there's no one to blame, right? It's not that the MCA was trying to exclude us. I think it's just this community is so busy all the time. Like every day of every year, there's something going on, some new transition, some new posted piece of information, some new release from Congress. You're just busy all the time. It's really hard to stop, take a breath, and celebrate. And we try to do that inside PNR when we can. And I'm really excited that we're able to do it today. And this is our, it changes today. We're going to do this once a year now. This is our inaugural award ceremony. And we're going to turn the spotlight on you all, the financial managers, the budget techs, the finance techs, the auditors, the finance officers, all those folks who, without whose effort, like I said, there would be no supported or supporting. You're the foundation of it all. We're going to recognize NCOs and staff NCOs who are, not only the backbone of the financial management community, but all across the Marine Corps, across all MOSs. We always say that the NCOs and the staff NCOs are the backbone. They work tirelessly day in, day out. They ensure we are all paid on time, and that's freaking important. And I will tell you, we are the exemplar as a service when it comes to paid on time, inaccurate, right? The Army or the Air Force or the Space Force would love to have the accuracy and timeliness that we have with regard to pay, right? And that's due to a lot of your all's efforts. You're burning down unmatched transactions. I didn't know what the hell that was 6 months ago, but now I know all about it. Journal vouchers, all those things, right? You're even delivering cash, cold hard cash on the battlefield, all while making sure that our processes remain auditable. More on that in a minute. Hey, we're also celebrating the financial management officers and warrant officers. So we got the staff NCOs and NCOs, the officers and warrant officers. You all are leading pay decks, travel decks, coordinating at every echelon, every element of the MAGTF. You're making sure commanders and Marines have the resources that they need when and where they need them. And lastly, but certainly not least, we are recognizing our dedicated core of civilian Marines. They provide steadfast continuity across our organization and not only serve as the institutional memory, but also they bring to bear valuable real-world expertise in things that the Marine Corps generally doesn't do. Things like accounting, cyber, information technology. The experts that we have in RFA and in the accounting branches across the Marine Corps bring that expertise, and it makes our team stronger. Combined with the can-do attitude, the technical expertise, the professionalism of Marines and civilians in the FM community, it makes them an unstoppable force. They're capable of achieving any goal we set out for them, and you are the warriors who blaze the trail toward the DoD's first unmodified audit opinion. It's really well done. So in summary, today marks the celebration of Marines who bring to bear the resources our warfighters need to win on the battlefield of today and tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to celebrating this inaugural class of financial management award recipients. And I'm going to call them, they're the plank owners, right? 9 of you are going to be plank owners, the first of many, many years worth of awards that will be coming in the future. I'm looking forward to helping you and seeing you, handing you the awards as you cross the stage. It's in recognition of your impressive contributions into the Marine Corps writ large. But before we start all that, I'd like to introduce today's keynote speaker. I've known General Mahoney for a long time. Shared a stage with him at Mott's One many years ago. And he is an inspirational leader of Marines. And he is absolutely no stranger to the financial management community. It is very difficult to come into a job that your boss had your job right before you. And not only had your job right before you, but kicked ass at it. And I study daily the different things that are associated with PNR, and he continues to mentor and teach me every day. But we owe a massive debt of gratitude for this award ceremony to him, because it was him less than a year ago who was sitting around with the leaders in PNR and said, why aren't we have a ground dinner, we have a logistics dinner, we have all these other dinners for these communities. They're all reliant on financial managers. Why don't we have a financial manager dinner in a set of awards? And so he set the ball in motion. The team in PNR kept it going, and you all are the recipients of the first wave. And so I'm very proud of that. I'm very glad he agreed to be our guest speaker today. And it is my greatest honor to introduce our guest of honor, the Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Chris Mo Mahoney. Sir.
All right, well, the formal welcomes have gone out. I'll say ditto. And Chuck, you were on today. That's an exception. Now, as the general officers know, when you go to make a speech, somebody writes your stuff for you. In PNR, I used to go down, or I'd have my EA go to, I'd do it myself. The EA go down to PA&E, find an NPS grad who was sitting around doing nothing and say, write something for the boss. I was a 4-star. I got someone who I pay to sit around, do nothing, and write for the boss. But we're not going to do that. Can you hear me all right in the back? I'll project if you can. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about an infantryman that will locate, close with, and destroy by fire and maneuver, that will repel assault by fire and close combat. I won't talk to you about a machine gunner that will take down targets at 500 meters and turn someone's head into pink mist. And I won't talk to you about missileers that will shoot missiles from over the horizon and burn enemy ships to the waterline. I won't talk about that directly. What I want to talk about, and maybe put an exclamation point on everything that General Adams has said, I want to talk about transactions. I want to talk about mountain numbers that are worth billions of dollars, and the humans who jumped in and took data, analysis, accuracy, and speed and burnt those transactions down to an amount that was acceptable to an audit standard. They attacked the mountain of transactions, brought it from an initiating document all the way through to the effect that it was supposed to have, to a high standard. I want to talk about individuals who use what's between their ears and the licenses that they go out and get to use machine tools and other tools to locate, close with, and destroy unmatched and undistributed balances that started in the billions and are now down to a very low number that is acceptable to financial management systems. And I want to talk about analysis. That with this mountain of transactions and the data that's out there and spreadsheets at go-go, we have Marines that we will recognize today and sing out their praises who can take that level of detail and data and analyze it so that you get paid on time, so that the vouchers are accurate, so that that balance ultimately in the lower right-hand corner of a spreadsheet that matters is auditable, and it will prove to people that we are good stewards of the taxpayers' money. From the beginning of the transaction to the effect that it's supposed to have. Attacking the data, locating, close with, and destroying, and assaulting to the effect that you want. That is what we will recognize here today. Well, so what? Why does that matter? It matters because the infantrymen without a weapon, without fuel, without parts, without pay, without entitlements, they ain't locating, closing, and destroying nothing. That machine gunner isn't doing anything. The missileer isn't whistling off missiles, he's whistling Dixie. Without those ultimate financial managers that provide a pathway for the resources so that those weapons that fuel those parts get put in the hands of individuals who can use them. It's a fact. It's a one-way flow. It's not the other way around. Without the financial management side to organize and to send forth those resources, it just does not happen. Fact. So honor, courage, and commitment, they're free, man. But ain't nothing else is free. And that's where the FMers come in to prove that out. Now, before I step down off the stage, I have to go back to the audit. Because everybody in this room, if you transacted anything, if you bought or sold, if you warehoused, if you moved a piece of ammo, if you modified some gear, you were part of the audit team. That audit team stretches out to the Navy, to the Army, to DFAS, to all kinds, certainly to the Dawn, to all agencies. So it took a village. And I'll tell you, we did two things in the Marine Corps. Number one, we took an order from the Commandant who said, get an opinion. And then he said, get a clean opinion. And I got scared. But then we decided to do it. We decided to get an opinion. Sounds simple. But when we decided, a whole lot of things changed. The front became unified, we built mass, and we started going. Sometimes we finessed it. Sometimes we were creative. A lot of times it was just brute force. Now, before I step down off the stage, I got to call out someone who, if we had not stolen him from the Dawn, it simply would not have happened. He won't be up here. You'll never hear him talk about it. And that individual is Greg Cobalt, sitting right over here. So to the entire FM community, to the 9 individuals that represent the high level of professionalism and the accomplishments that everybody has made this year, congratulations to you. Like I promised last year when I was in the job at PNR, I said, hey, where are we going to be in 2024 in March or April when we get an opinion? We're going to be in audit for that year. So let's keep the opinion. Let's keep going. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. Not so fast. You gave me to get off the stage? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural Programs and Resources Financial Management Awards ceremony. It is with sincere pleasure today that we get to recognize the superb performance of individuals from our Marine Corps financial management community, especially since these individuals directly contributed to the first unmodified audit opinion within the Department of Defense. We'd also like to recognize the very special contributions and dedication of our award recipients' families and families of all our Marines. For without their support, the exemplary performance of their Marines would not have been possible. Please join me in a round of applause for these families. Taking their positions on stage is General Mahoney, Lieutenant General Adams, and Lieutenant General Sharoti, who will present this year's recipients their awards. The first award is the Financial Management Officer of the Year. Mr. Cole Hodge of Re-Envision, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Re-Envision takes great pride in having assisted the Marine Corps over the past 3 years in their transition to an integrated business system, culminating in the first ever unmodified audit opinion. Re-Envision has collaborated closely with P&R to shape and refine strategies, resulting in a blueprint for Marine Corps cross-domain integration and the development of integrated business processes, systems, data, and human capital. In its ongoing partnership with the business mission area, Re-Envision continues to facilitate strategic resource management decisions, bolster institutional agility, and enhance cross-functional support for warfighting readiness and mission execution. The recipient of the Financial Management Officer of the Year is Captain Brandon S. Crowder from 3MEF Information Group, 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force. Captain Crowder exhibited meritorious achievement, exceptional leadership, and technical skill in support of 3MIG and 3MEF initiatives, leading to the successful establishment of Marine Corps Forces Japan and enabled Marine Corps Forces Japan with the financial and execution data to accurately justify requirements for future budgets and Program Objective Memorandum 27. His proactive engagement in operations within the first island chain ensured optimal funding and reimbursement for exercises, enhancing 3MIG's fiscal health and operational readiness. He reinvigorated and improved the financial management evaluation and assessment inspection program after a year-long gap, which increased the technical acumen amongst supply personnel. His significant contributions, technical proficiency, and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Financial Management Resource Analyst Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Mr. Gunter Hubert of Re-Envision, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. The recipient of the Financial Management Resource Analyst NCO of the Year is Sergeant Jacqueline E. Nowert of 1st Marine Division, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force. Sergeant Nowert demonstrated superior performance and exceptional technical proficiency by developing and implementing robotic process automation, achieving a 7.5-hour efficiency gain per 100 accounting records compared to manual processes. Her initiative garnered recognition across the enterprise and were adopted by various commands. Her commendable efforts, including leading her team in clearing unmatched transactions and conducting over 500 payment corrections, earned recognition from the Assistant Secretary of the Navy for Financial Management, Comptroller Headquarters Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps financial management community. Her significant contributions and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit on her and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Financial Management Resource Analyst Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Ms. Jennifer Bishop of 1st Command, award sponsor, will now join us on stage. With a vision of lifelong financial security for our nation's military families, 1st Command has been the financial coach for those who serve for over 65 years. The recipient of the Financial Management Resource Analyst Staff NCO of the Year is Gunnery Sergeant Bradley J. Schwartz from Marine Corps Forces Reserve, 4th Marine Division. Gunnery Sergeant Schwartz demonstrated superior performance by dedicating 30 off-duty hours to attain a professional license in Power BI. His initiative resulted in the development of data analytic tools that significantly increased the efficiency of the Marine Forces Reserve accounting team, reducing unmatched transactions from 60,000 to 12,000 per week. Gunnery Sergeant Schwartz's strategic use of queries and artificial intelligence realigned accounting priorities, allowing for a focus on higher-level issues and providing accurate guidance through budget execution dashboards. His significant contributions, technical proficiency, and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Financial Management Resource Officer of the Year. Mr. Jay Hunko of Aon, which sponsors this event, will now join us on stage. Aon has deep expertise in the Department of Defense and related civilian agencies. Aon provides experienced leadership teams that develop transformation strategies, advanced processes, and comprehensive technologies to deliver better outcomes faster. The recipient of the Financial Management Resource Officer of the Year is Chief Warrant Officer 3, Matthew C. Holmberg from 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force. Chief Warrant Officer 3 Holmberg exhibited exceptional performance and technical skill. He successfully addressed and resolved enterprise-wide accounting issues, significantly contributing to 3MEF readiness and informing adjacent commands and program and resources of the issues. He played a key role in reducing 3MEF's unmatched transactions from $62 million to $14 million, directly supporting the Marine Corps' audit efforts. He identified critical process errors and lack of internal controls within the acquisition and cross-servicing agreements process. His efforts increased financial transparency and reduced the risk of Anti-Deficiency Act violations. His significant contributions, technical proficiency, and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Financial Technician Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Mr. Robert Rice of Flyer Defense, the award sponsor, will now join us on stage. Flyer Defense builds mission-configurable, lightweight, high-payload, all-terrain vehicles capable of internal transport and rotary and tilt-wing aircraft. Their vehicles are currently in operational use by United States Special Operations and key foreign partners. The recipient of the Financial Technician NCO of the Year is Sergeant Arlie McCabe from Regional Dispersing Office West, 1st Marine Logistics Group. Sergeant McCabe's superior performance and exceptional proficiency significantly improved the annual Marine Corps Administrative Analysis Team Fiscal Section score from 91.08% to 97.71%. She processed the timely release of over 14,000 transactions totaling over $72 million and accurately certified 352 collection vouchers totaling over $14 million. She served as a Deputy Dispersing Officer, a billet normally designated for a staff NCO or officer, and trained dispersing agents at Diamond Sabre, a joint financial management exercise with the Army, Air Force, and Marine Corps. Her significant contributions and impact reflected great credit upon her and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Financial Technician Staff Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. Mr. Joe Rizzo of Targeted Approach, which sponsors this award, will now join us on stage. Targeted Approach is a small business which provides support to marine logistics and supply chain strategic analysis. The recipient of the Financial Technician Staff NCO of the Year is Staff Sergeant Timothy J. Houston from Regional Dispersing Office West, 1st Marine Logistics Group. Staff Sergeant Houston demonstrated superior performance and technical skill. He played a crucial role in the accurate and timely processing of over 3,500 travel advances and settlements totaling over $3 million. He was selected to lead a training team where he instructed administrators on reserve travel entitlements, submission requirements, and payment processes, resulting in a significant decrease in reserve travel submission discrepancies and enabling accurate and timely payments during peak travel months. He identified and coordinated and updated headquarters policy for payable days of temporary lodging entitlement and prevented future missed payments. His significant contributions, technical proficiency, and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Finance Officer of the Year. Ms. Haley Lee of Redwood Strategy Group, Incorporated, the award sponsor, will now join us on stage. Redwood Strategy Group is an economically disadvantaged, woman-owned small business management consulting firm providing strategic enterprise solutions, financial management and operations, data analytics, and process automation, an acquisition for the Department of the Defense and Department of Homeland Security. The recipient of the Finance Officer of the Year is Chief Warrant Officer 2 Blake E. Strother from Marine Corps Base, Hawaii, Finance Office. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Strother demonstrated superior performance and technical skill. He volunteered to be a member of the Defense Agency's Initiative Emergency Response Team to research and clear Defense Agency Initiative payments in hold status, clearing over $152 million of unpaid accounts for various commands across the Marine Corps within 2 weeks. As a direct result of his leadership and initiative, his finance office received an outstanding score of 96.53% from the Marine Corps Administrative Analysis Team, the highest score of the other 6 dispersing and finance offices. He spearheaded the development of the Marine Online Outbound Interview Guide that was distributed to the G1 and S1 shops aboard Marine Corps Base Hawaii, reducing the return of vouchers by more than 62%. His significant contributions, technical proficiency, and wide-reaching impact reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Civilian Financial Manager of the Year, GS9 and below. Mr. Ronald English of Re-Envision, the award sponsor, will now join us on stage. The recipient of the Civilian Financial Manager of the Year, GS9 and below, is Ms. Cynthia R. Whitebear from Regional Dispersing Office Pacific, 3rd Marine Logistics Group. Ms. Cynthia Whitebear exhibited unparalleled dedication, performance, and leadership. Elevating financial management practices across the Pacific region, she excelled in reducing rejected vouchers by 40%, preventing and decreasing monetary debts. Through her proactive engagement and coordination with key stakeholders, the unit maintained the lowest defense travel system voucher reject percentage of 16% during fiscal year 2023 closeout. Her meticulous efforts resulted in the timely and accurate processing of nearly 3,000 leave transactions, ensuring proper payment and credit management. She streamlined auditing programs, facilitating the rebuttal of 118 error-free vouchers and maintaining an error rate below the 15% benchmark. Her unwavering dedication, relentless pursuit of excellence, and transformative initiatives reflected credit upon her and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Our next award is the Civilian Financial Manager of the Year, GS11 and above. Ms. Kelly Sims of Re-Envision, the award sponsor, will now join us on stage. The recipient of the Civilian Financial Manager of the Year, GS11 and above, is Ms. Jessica W. Cairns from Logistics Integrated Information Solutions, Marine Corps Systems Command. Ms. Cairns demonstrated superior performance and technical skill in remediating notices of findings and recommendations regarding Global Combat Support System, Marine Corps, in preparation for fiscal year 2023 financial audit opinion. Leading a multi-organizational team, she executed 19 corrective action plans to meet the increasingly compressed schedule driven by the independent public auditor's requirements. She submitted all 19 corrective action plans on time, achieving 100% closure for those reviewed to date, which positioned the Marine Corps for a favorable audit outcome. Despite the enormous workload and demands of the audit, she successfully executed over $100 million in support of Logistics Integrated Information Solutions, Marine Corps Systems, performing ahead of benchmarks. Ms. Cairns' accomplishments reflected great credit upon her and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our awardees a final round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, General Schiroti.
Oh, hey, thanks. Well done. Thanks. Thank you very much, General Schiroti. Thanks. Couple of things to take away from that presentation. Once, first and foremost, just the outstanding performance done by all. I think the other one that I took away was, since General Bierman left 3MEF, the financial management status has just increased. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, your travel claim here just went out the window, so I feel sorry for you. But anyway, well done to all. The other thing I took away, obviously, and it's, as the ACMAC, I have to do this. As the ACMAC was speaking, it just came to mind that this year Marines will have to qualify twice. Once on the KD course, and the other as they take down all the records and Excel sheets so they can become true warriors of the finance community. So that's good on you. Good on you, sir. General Adams, sir, thank you. General Mahoney, as always, thank you for your time. I really appreciate all that you do for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our event today. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to, again, just have the awardees stand up, and let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. I wish you all a great weekend, and Semper Fidelis. Take care. Thank you.